Alright, I wanted to change the subject from scary stories before I get more scared into something that's gonna help you survive or better your chances in a shit hit the fan scenario or a world collapse, economic collapse, or zombie apocalypse or Armageddon or Hillary starts World War III. Um, basic survival. This is what you really want. If you read the list, this is probably backwards, but I'll read it to you. Number one, you need a 22 long rifle ammo because you can hunt small game. It's cheaper, it's available. I will go with a Ruger 1022 type, even the Ruger Charger. You could get a revolver in 22, or you could also get like a Ruger MK3 or a Buckmark camper, which are also good. But as long as you have a 22 that's reliable, get it. Like I said, for me, the 1022. My number two also will be a 9 millimeter, even though it's not the best round. Some people argue that the 45 is better, or the 40, or the 10, or the 357 SIG, or the 10 millimeter, which I shot all of those. I wouldn't go under 9 millimeter, like 380. But 9 millimeters, what's going to be available everywhere because it's a NATO round. It's pretty standard, and you can find it. It's gonna continue living, whereas all these other rounds are just gonna die in a state of emergency. So you could stack up on that. I recommend if you can only afford one gun. It's not the best gun in the world, but it's the very reliable and very standard. Glock 19, Glock 17, Glock 34, Glock 26. You name it. There's a lot of Glocks, but a 9 millimeter, that's the way to go. Get double stack capacity, high capacity, you name it. That's what I would go with. But there's better guns. Like I would like personally, like the CZ75 platform, and I also like the Walter PPQ match, the 5-inch barrel. But if you could only afford, that's what I would go with. Number three, a 357 Magnum slash 38 special. You could get both rounds. 38 is not as powerful, but it's also available. But 357 Magnum is called the king for a reason because it keeps that high velocity and it hits hard. Yet the recoil is not horrible like a 44 Magnum or a 50 caliber Action Express or none of that shit. So 357 Magnum, even though it's a little bit more expensive, you can get a good revolver. I mean, you could get budget Tauruses and this and that, but I would prefer a 6-inch barrel, even a snap nose. If you can afford it. But there's a lot of good Colts and Smith and Wessons and Rugers. Those are all good. So, and it's reliable. It's gonna be a reliable. Not as fast to reload, but it's better than nothing. Number four, 12 gauge pump shotgun. The Remington H70 I would prefer, but the Mossberg is also good. 500 or the 590 or even the Maverick 88. I will go with pump because you could. They say the semi-autos are better now, but I don't want to lose a magazine. Obviously with a shotgun because then it's useless. But you could say the same thing for a automatic pistol. But I trust the pump. You know. So any of those I will go, and you got buckshot and birdshot and slugs too. They got all these different rounds. Number five for me would be a 308 caliber, 308 7.62 by 51. I choose that over 223 or 7.62 by 39, which are next in the list any day because with 308 you got the power and you got the range. Now it's a little bit heavier. You're gonna be carrying a heavier system, but that will compensate for, you know, results, which it could drop a man easier and it could drop a big animal, and it's got that reach, man, and that's all you need. If you can't afford a battle rifle, which is I would prefer an M1A, but they have a lot of good 308s out there. Not necessarily just the M1A, but that's what I like. But you could get a bolt action, at least, and you could put a good scope, and you know, at a distance, it's better than nothing. So yeah, with 308 you could hunt also, not just snipe but you could fighting from a distance is safer than under 300 meters. Fuck that. You don't want to fight under 300 meters. You're crazy. They'll kill you. But if you get to that point, you're gonna have better penetration than 223 or 556. I mean 22356 or 762 by 39. Last on the list, if you have to or you can get a good AR, AR piston type of rifle, assault rifle. There's a lot of brands, so do your own research. Direct impingement, I don't like. I do like that it's more accurate, but I don't like in the way that you have to maintain it more. So in war, I wouldn't trust it. That's a good law enforcement rifle, but not for war. Um, I would prefer something like a Galil, the old Galil, the original Galil from Israel, or the FNC. Those two were great. Um, as far as the Galil Ace, it's not proven yet to be super reliable, but it's modernized, but it's getting there. Uh, I mean, it's up to you. 762 by 39, the AK-47. I mean, it's got power behind it, but it doesn't have reach. It drops fast. At least with 308, it keeps going. But for under 300 meters, we do fine with any AK-47 type of deal. Very reliable and proven. 545 by 39. I love this round personally, but I fear that if it gets crazy, like the companies here, they're not gonna focus on 545 by 39. They're gonna focus on 223 and 556. So if you have it, that's great, and you have a lot of this ammo, but it will probably stop importing it, especially if we go to war with Russia or China. So yeah, it's not gonna be available forever. That's what I'm saying. Even though you have a lot. So these are my recommendations. I wish I had or I could afford some of this stuff, but I live in a state where basically they have us on the ropes right now, and they don't really want the people to be armed, and which is very dangerous. But I say if you live in a free state, you should do your research and don't have a lot of guns. Have probably the 5 guns that you really need, you know, and then 5 in your group or your family can have this system here. And if you have friends or then they could cooperate with other types. So there you have it. This is what I think, and you should start doing this. Just be safe. Take care. Bye bye. And don't do stupid shit, because then we look bad. Bye.